One of the things I realized after doing Vipassana is even he told it in those talks that Goenkaji, even he told it, that many people today have misunderstood Buddha so thoroughly, they think he just gave a philosophy to contemplate. You just contemplate on a philosophy, you won't go anywhere. It's not possible. Intellect can function only with the inputs it presently has. Where else can it go? It has to keep going in circles within its field of knowledge. At the most, it can go and hit the dead end of the knowledge. It's the rim, the limit of the knowledge. If you stay at that limit of the knowledge, something may happen. That's a path of inquiry. And I know nobody does it. They enjoy knowledge. They will keep running around like children in that small arena of knowledge. Endlessly they'll run and run and run. So here, Buddha has been misunderstood so much. They think some philosophy, he gave some philosophy and contemplation. Whatever sermons he gave, whatever preachings he gave, they were for the practitioners of Vipassana. You practiced, you have seen things more and more clearly, then he will give the corresponding insights of it so that you can proceed further. So he was very slowly guiding people. He was not only giving you intellectual discourses like people think today. Today they are simply sitting and comparing Bhagavad Gita and Buddha, Advaita Siddhanta and Buddha. This is simply useless. You won't get anywhere with this. His intellectual, they used to call it as Dhamma talks. Dharma is Dhamma. Dhamma talks he used to give, and it went hand in hand with this Vipassana practice. Somebody will do practice, they will have more clarity, and he will give them some insights, how to proceed. Where you are now, what's happening, what you have to do now. So in this Vipassana discourse which I attended, they never uttered that word shunyata. That's actually one of the famous words of Buddha. Shunyata means everything is empty of a separate self. This word was not even uttered. They just talked these basic things, 4 parts of mind and a few more things, and asked us to practice. 1 hour of talk, and then 10 hours of sitting. Not 10 hours of talk and 1 hour of sitting. Okay. Whatever you call as spirituality, why this whole thing called spirituality has become necessary? Because there is something called thought structure, and that's not a problem. Thought structure itself is not the problem. But a certain independent reality is being ascribed to your thought. That is the problem. An illusory reality has come into picture. Whatever you call as thought can at the most correspond to something in your direct experience, and that too what you have experienced in the past. Now suppose you think of somebody, that somebody you had direct experience in the past. That direct experience is the basis of this thought. So thought at the most can correspond to something which you have experienced in the past. Thought does not have its own independent reality. It can only correspond to an experience from the past, not even present experience. Present experience is not a thought. If you're engrossed in something, some experience totally, then thoughts won't be coming up. So the whole problem is that a reality, slowly thoughts have gained more and more reality. So to such an extent that people who think they are spiritual, they think spirituality means dismissing physicality. Oh, everything is Maya. You know what they're doing by saying that? By dismissing this phenomenon of life, everything is Maya, then what is real? My thoughts. Thoughts are real. If you dismiss the whole of the physical world, what is left? Including the conclusion of that Maya. What is that conclusion of Maya? It's only a thought, isn't it? Now that thought of Maya has become so real that you are dismissing the whole reality. You are turning spirituality on its head, upside down. Spirituality is exactly the opposite. If at all the word Maya has to be used, Maya means literally, I know, Maya means that which is not. Yama, that which is not, a reality which doesn't exist. If anything fits into this definition, it is thought, a reality which is not. This is how cunning thought process is, because it wants to survive. Finally, I have to survive. Dismiss everything else. Whatever is a threat to me, even if it is a spiritual teaching, it will turn it on its head and make it conducive to thought. The whole spirituality is this. Stripping of thought of this independent reality which we have given to it. Because this independent reality only is making it an autonomous entity. It is running and running like an organism of its own. Now we think artificial intelligence is a threat to humanity. We think aliens will come from somewhere and invade us. Invasion has already happened. We are already infected by an artificial intelligence which has gone rogue. Whatever you try to do, any scripture you read, any book you read, any guru you go, everything will be slowly turned on its head and thought will become the ultimate. Somehow that will happen. That's what has been happening since thousands of years. So using thought for meditation is a very dangerous thing and a very risky thing. You have to use something that is there in your perception, not somebody else's perception. In my perception right now. You look into it, pay keen attention to it, you may see something more. You may see something more. Like that, you go on seeing something more. That's why he called it as Vipassana. It is seeing. Vipassana means seeing in Sanskrit. So meditation means seeing. Meditation doesn't mean holding on to a thought. As soon as things are about the mind and thought, things are very complicated. You start talking to people about thoughts, you will see how complicated things will get. It will become very, very complex philosophy. This will happen, that will happen, mind. Then you won't know whether they are actually telling something, really something is happening, or they're simply making things up. You won't know. Mind is very slippery. The whole purpose of spirituality, meditation, yoga, whatever you call it, is to enhance your perceptivity, not thinking. So you have to use something in your direct perception as the object of your focus, the object of your attention, not some thought. Going on repeating thoughts and trying to do meditation on that, they're dangerous. I know that is the usual understanding of meditation. Meditation means hold on to a single thought and get mad with that single thought. Don't hold on. See, sometimes you may use a thought to focus yourself, but it has to be given up very quickly. It has to be used just as a means to gather your energy and then leave it. But still, it is very dangerous. It is very, if you use your body itself, safe. You can see many common things between Yoga Sutra and Buddha's literature, because the approach is same actually. It's about going through the entire field of body and mind. It's not just taking a jump like inquiry. In inquiry devotion, we don't concern ourselves about going through the whole of the mind and then slowly, gradually come to it. Inquiry and devotion are like jumps. They didn't go through the whole mechanics of the mind to come out of that. They just took, oh, bhakti, devotion, just forget yourself. That's all the teaching is. But just ask your question, what am I? That's all the teaching is. And it doesn't work for most people. Too much is left to the individual person to work on it. Whereas techniques like this, Vipassana, it's not left to you what to do. They will tell you exactly what to do. Or you Hatha Yoga or Kriya Yoga, whatever. It's not left to the person. You just follow the instructions. Whereas if you come to devotion and inquiry, too much is left. First of all, it pertains to entirely the psychological field, inquiry or devotion. So both of them can go rogue royally. They have gone rogue royally. Too many people are deceiving themselves in the name of devotion or inquiry. I am the self, nothing is to be done. There is nothing to be done. They use this as a convenient dialogue. Giving one example.